Welcome
to Shade in the City. Please make sure you hit that like button. Yes, I'm going to be that person.
That subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button as you're coming in. And thank you guys for joining us. We are jumping into the fan favorite before the 90 days.
Finally, the finale.
Finally at the finale. Okay? Finale. So
that's all goddamn time.
Right. I am anxious to see what more they could have left for us because they done wrung this towel out. There should be nothing left. Okay. But let's see what it's giving, guys. Let's get into it. Make sure you hit that like button and let's get shady.
Hit that subscribe button.
So, Mike is packing up his things. As we last saw, Xena is like, you need to get out. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. I don't care what receipts you have for rent. So Mike is clearly upset. Xena is visibly upset and crying and hugging her mom and just saying how she wants him to go. She basically talks about how she always finds the crazies, which we know to be very true, as we know her dating history isn't the greatest or safest. So, I mean, at least Mike didn't kill you, or try to kill you, or, hold you hostage. So, I mean, there's been worse, apparently, according to you.
Light at the end of the tunnel, huh, Trace?
Yeah, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You're clearly doing better in life. Then he breaks down in the middle of the living room and basically, it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to miss you guys so much. And the mom and, the sister are just like, they feel bad. And, he was such a big part of the family. He was so supportive to Xena, which in turn helped them. So of course they can't help but be thankful. And he just basically explains that he hopes that he can get the opportunity to come over tomorrow, the next day, and basically say bye to the children. He's still pushing this, y'all. Still trying to come over and say bye to everybody. Even though it seems to me like the kids were there and the mom was there, as Nell said. So what are you really coming back to say bye for, unless you're just going to try to kill us all? Then I cannot leave off how Miss Xena basically says that although, they had their good time, she does give him a hug goodbye. She says, they have been planning for a year, this wedding, and it's been a lot, but she's just not there with Mike and is never going to be there. And so she's just ready to let it go.
It never was. She was just grateful for the help. And now she just doesn't give a fuck.
Right. And I ain't mad at her. We all have our limits. She said Mike ruined the relationship because he's just nasty. Actually, the quote was, and I believe that she said they had she said it was a great relationship up until Mike did all his little things and she couldn't get past that. And I said, well, damn.
So Memphis and Hamza, Memphis packing up so she can leave Tunisia. She is super sad. But she's still happy at the same time because she gets to go back home and see her kids. And she's been missing so much. She's sitting down with Hayat in the kitchen. Hayat actually started tearing up, y'all. She started crying. I feel like it's really because, the baby that she carrying, it's her grandchild in there. She's, because I feel like before that, she probably would have just been like, go on, get your disrespectful, non-listening ass out my goddamn house. Right. So basically, now they're leaving and Hamza is in the car with Memphis, and he's concerned about when he's going to get to come to the US. Right. And she's just like, as soon as possible, like, I'm going to go to the lawyer tomorrow, but there's really no guarantee. He's just concerned that he's sending his wife back to the US pregnant and he's unable to help, which I thought was super dope, super sweet. I love his concern. I just love it. So Memphis is kind of in the car crying, and they just getting super emotional. They just get
an emotional scene. I was like,
well, they emotional.
I'm never over here crying for Memphis. That's
never trying to hold on to each other. Okay. And then, once they get to the airport now, Hamza's little ass is breaking down crying. Oh, little crybaby ass, little crybaby John B. Look at you.
I know, right? That's exactly
how Memphis start crying. They got us crying. Like it's a whole emotional roller coaster over here. Okay. But basically, he tells her to take care of herself. She says that she really truly feels blessed, that she has a great family now that she's inherited, and she has great kids. So she feels like God is looking over her and he's truly blessed her. So go Memphis, go home.
Go Memphis. Wish you the best. We pick up where we left off with Ben and Mahagani. She's walking away, and Ben is still trying to figure out what's going on. Ben says it's a maturity thing, and she's not willing to talk and have the hard conversations and not willing to hear his perspectives. And then Mahagani basically lets production know she wants to get in the car and go, like now. He feels like even if she didn't realize that she lied about her age, she still could have given him an opportunity to hear him out and listen to what he had to say. But he really feels like it's maturity. And as I explained to Nels, if you feel this way, why are you still chasing after her? Yeah, I just don't get it. We see production talking to Mahagani, asking if she sees a future, if she sees herself marrying Ben. And she says absolutely not.
She actually sounded like she was about to laugh. She was just like, no.
She says sometimes it's not good to trust someone completely. And that is what she did. And she said this is why she did not get excited from the beginning, because she was careful to know what Ben's intentions are. She tells production she doesn't want to stay with him and sits in the car and turns ahead. Ben continues to try to talk to her, reason with her. And basically, as he looks like he's leaning to get into the car, she jumps out like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. I said, don't come nowhere near me. So Ben is like, but we can still talk. I'm still willing to have a life with her. Sir, why?
And she tells production, look, his things are in the car. Tell him to get them out.
And I'm trying to go.
Basically, he gets his things out and she hops in the car and takes the fuck off.
Deuces.
So Jasmine says she took Gino's pillow because it smells like him, and I just wanted to. That is fucking disgusting. Okay, fucking disgusting. So Jasmine is crying.
You sound like you're hating on their love.
I am. It's disgusting to me. I don't even know if it's a hate, but it really grosses me out. Like seriously, it really makes me sick to my stomach. I would be okay with not seeing them again in another season, because I would be okay with seeing Jasmine with someone else. It's really Gino that grosses me out. So basically, she's upset. She's in tears because it's Gino's last day.
I spent the last night fighting with you. How could I do? I should have been cherishing the moments. How could I, Gino? I am so sorry.
That actually wasn't too bad.
Thanks.
But you know who you reminded me of?
Who?
Is it Sofia Vergara?
Oh.
From Boat Trip?
Yeah. No, Modern Family.
Yeah, she's in both.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's who you sound like. Okay, Chris, with the voices coming through. Okay.
I'm just saying, give me an Oscar. Just don't talk about my hair. Because I wears the weaves, okay?
But I'm telling you, don't go up on stage and hit her, because it'll be a whole problem. Okay. So basically, she does. She's upset. She's like, I ruined our last night together, fighting over something petty. Please forgive me. Say it. Say, please forgive me, Gino.
Please forgive me.
Gino, you got to say Gino.
Oh, Gino.
Oh, he's just like, yes, I forgive you. Like, whatever. So she lets him know she's going to be sending him sexy videos and she hopes to get some in return. She clearly did not learn her lesson. Boo. She clearly didn't learn her lesson. I mean,
Jasmine, you claim to be an intelligent woman out here in these streets. That is not an intelligent move. I don't know if they say this in Panama, but baby, let me tell you something in America, okay? When somebody shows you who they really are, believe them, okay? Believe them.
So as they're heading to the car, she's telling us in a confessional that she's worried that, he can just find another girl in the United States. Ma'am, I don't even know why you think that's true because he found you in Panama. Also, he needed to hire escorts in order to get a date. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think you're
unless
good.
He wants to pay for it.
Yeah, you're the only one that wants Gino. Believe that. So they get to the airport. Again, she's super sad. She's like, I don't want you to go. And he's telling her basically, I need to find a job to support us both. Like, I have to do this. And she's like, baby, I'll be waiting for you. And yeah, I don't know. It was just sick. It was just sick to me. Just sick.
Sick in the head. It was just sick, man.
So what's that saying? While the cats are away, the mice will play. Uh-huh. So Kimberly has got on her flight this morning, and Usman is not really sure about their relationship now that she's gone. He's not leaving Tanzania tonight. He leaves tomorrow. So he needs some clarity. And apparently he needs to get that from Zara. So he steps outside and FaceTimes Zara and lets Zara know, how much he's been missing her. And, she feels the same. And clearly she wants that old thing back because she got on a full face of makeup. Okay.
Zara, we always thought Zara was beautiful though. She looked good.
She is beautiful. She's beautiful. But she got on a full face of makeup to be on FaceTime for a homeboy that she ain't talked to in a minute. Okay. Basically, he asked about her family and how they're doing. She's like, yeah, everybody's doing fine. And I did let them know the real reason that we broke up. And he let us know that it's because of his career. Basically, she couldn't deal with it. And his career is his number one love, his number one priority. But he does still love Zara.
He even says he's seen a life with her, with family.
Mm-hmm. Which Kimberly cannot give him. So then he also lets Zara know that he is there in Tanzania to shoot the video for the song that he made for her. And he actually starts singing it to her.
Baby, your love.
He actually starts singing it to her unforced. She didn't say you need to do some gesture or sing me a song or anything. This was clearly from the heart. He just started singing the Zara song to her. And she lets him know, like, I know all the words to my song that you made for me. And he also mentions them getting back together. And she's like, is that what you want? And he's like, well, I mean, only if I was getting the same love that I was getting before. I don't want fake love. And she's like, I could never give fake love. So, ma'am.
You know what I thought was interesting about this scene is that she says her and Usman talked all day, every day on the phone. But Kimberly had that same story. And I'm sitting here like, how did you manage to keep both of them entertained? Because clearly he was juggling both of them at some point.
Well, let me tell you what I'm thinking happened. Okay, he was either on the phone talking or FaceTiming with Zara. And when a older woman says talking all day, it's not really talking all day.
It's texting.
It can be texting, which is what I was going to say. He was probably texting her all day, but also you could send them 10 messages throughout the day, and to them, that's all day.
Right.
When we say all day, we mean like we ain't getting off the phone. Like we might even fall asleep on that motherfucker together.
Yeah.
But I mean, to them, because that's not something that, I feel like I'm I'm sounding, is ageist a word?
Yes. Don't be ageist.
But I mean, really, it's a generation. Seriously, it's a generation. Like, the texting and the phone call and the FaceTime, and like Kimberly's really a grown ass woman. So she's probably not really on her phone like that. Like we would be on the phone when we say on the phone all day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she even said that he's on his phone all day, and she was like, I'm not on the phone like that.
So he was probably either FaceTiming or on, the phone, or who knows? He could have been like on a computer or something like this, FaceTiming, and look, texting.
That's true.
All day long. Any form of communication, you feel like you're talking to them all day long. So Ben is getting ready to leave Peru, and he said that he is emotionally drained. Ben, you might have brought that on yourself. He says that he reached out to Mahagani several times after she left him. And he didn't get a response, and then he got a text late in the night, and I didn't catch what it said. Did you catch what it said, Nels? It says, I wish that God blesses you always.
Well, there you have it. That's the last we're going to hear of Mahagani. So
we think, you know what though? I'm glad that he's happy and comfortable with the fact that he confronted her about her lies. Even though it didn't end the way he wanted it to, or they couldn't have a conversation about it because her maturity level. But it was bothering him. It was something that was bothering him, and he wanted to know why she was lying, what she was lying about, totally and completely. So basically they didn't separate with her feeling like, yeah, I played him, or
right.
I got over and he thinks this and it's another thing. No, bitch, he really caught on to your lies and he confronted you about it. You just didn't speak on it. So I'm glad that he's happy with the fact that he did that. And he's comfortable with doing that.
Okay, clearly Nell's watched another show, because my notes say that he says he was ready to work through any of the issues. He feels it was a very superficial relationship. Then there was no relationship. And it feels like it's an arrow through his heart, and that they're not the same, and he's brokenhearted, and he deserves the same thing he puts out, which is unconditional love.
Trace, that has nothing to do with what I just said. He said that he feels he did the right thing about confronting her.
But he still want to get in touch with her.
No, let's not get it twisted. He still want that old thing back.
Oh, okay.
He just wanted to address the lies.
Oh.
He wanted to, if they were to move forward, to get that shit out the way. What we lying for? And I'm glad that he's happy with himself for confronting her with it, even though she got upset about it, is what I'm saying. But yeah, he still wanted her. He still wanted to be with her. Even though she was immature and didn't want to talk about it and was lying and all types of shit. He still wanted her.
Oh, okay. I'm just glad you realized.
No, I know all this. I know all this. Okay. I know all this.
You're fine. Then we get on to Mike. Mr. Magoo. It's his last morning in Colombia, y'all.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He says him and Xena are on terrible terms, but he wants to see if he can come by the house to say goodbye to the children. Ximena tells him no, she doesn't want him to come. She's about to go back to sleep and basically passes the phone around.
You can say bye.
Basically.
And he feels like he deserves more than that. He feels like he deserves better because he made a real connection with the kids and with the family.
Right. We see him call his dad on the way to the airport and tell him that he's on his way home and things didn't go well in Colombia, but he'll let him know what happened once he got home. He ain't go to, okay, I'll get into that later. He says he definitely won't be the first person to reach out, and that if Ximena would like to reach out and apologize, she can. How many of y'all believe that, Shade Squad? And if you're still in the review at this point, make sure you're liking the video and make sure you subscribe. Right. He said he's gonna focus on himself and what's best for him. Now, they cut to Ximena as their production the next day. And she's there like, oh, you ready to shoot? And she gets messages from Mike saying he wants to help her with her rent because he wants her to feel secure. She's like, well, why would you want to do that if we're just friends? And he's like, please let me help you. And he wants to come to Colombia to work on things. She then asked him if she could call him and basically lets him know, like, what did Mahagani say? Confuso. She's confused as hell.
Well, she's confused because, dude, you're offering to pay my rent, but you were the one that was telling me that I was using you for money. And now we're not even together. We're just friends, if that. And you still want to pay my bills, though, but I was using you for money. I get it. I understand. And he even tells her, your life before me was very hard. And he was like, no more. I don't want that. I don't want you to have a hard life. That we can have a house in Colombia and a house in New York for vacations, and we can travel back and forth. So my thing is, Mike, if you don't want her to use you for money, why is it that all you're showing you have to offer is money?
Good points. Very valid and good points.
If that's all you're putting on the table, that's what she's going to take. But if you're saying it's me, do you want me? She's letting you know, no, she does not. She does not want you. She has told you that y'all can be friends if y'all could even be that. And she's basically gonna tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear. So, well, not even, because she's still saying y'all are just friends. I love the honesty.
Which means that if you thought you was gonna get some, you might as well cancel that out now, bro. And she's still gonna take your money.
And you know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it. Considering how you met her and the things that she will do for money, why the fuck would you think that you have not even met this woman and all you talked to her on was webcam, and that it would be a real relationship and she didn't want money from you? Sir, I can understand if he felt like maybe it would grow into that after paying all her bills and shit like that. But what you can't do is throw in her face that she's using you for money after telling her to quit her job and you would take care of every fucking thing. She did exactly what the fuck you asked.
Well, Nels, I think, hit the nail on the head. We see Ximena is still confused, and I actually think that this was a good scene and we needed to see this because I think that all of us, Shade Squad, Ximena, do I think she's the best person? Absolutely not. But based on the information that we've been given in the last 2 episodes, can we really be mad at Ximena if Mike done told her to quit her job? She did exactly everything that he asked of her. He knew what the situation was, and now he's trying to change it up. And I don't think Ximena ever wanted this. I don't think she ever wanted to be married to him. I think she just wanted the money.
I don't think she sees. I don't see her as a bad person.
Yeah,
I feel like she was honest from the get-go. They just weren't honest with the viewers because he didn't want them to know what she did for a living and how they met. And that was the original arrangement.
And she just, I ain't mad at Ximena. She found a sucker and begged. If he want to be one, who are we to hate on her for taking what he's given? Thank you
guys.
Thank you, Shade Squad, for joining us for the finale before the 90 days.
It sounds like that should be a steak.
A finale. You stupid. Thank you. It's season 5. We are closing out, and catch us in a few for the tell-all, where we give it to you. We get in the dirt and the behind the scenes. So we'll definitely be reviewing that. I'm mad that they dropped it on the same night and y'all couldn't wait a week, but I get it. Y'all didn't have an hour and something episode, so y'all felt like you was going to give us 240 minutes.
And they come back to back with their shows. So they like, we got to get this out and get something
away, because clearly we got 90 Day coming. But thank you guys for tuning in. Please make sure that you like,
you comment,
you subscribe,
and you hit the notification bell.
And please make sure that you are following us on all social media platforms. I definitely see the Instagram going. We need to get our Twitter energy up, guys. And again, like, subscribe. And we will catch you guys for, I guess, the tell-all part 2 until we start the new season of 90 Day Fiancé. You guys have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!